Hello students, this is Tasleem Qureshi from MC Society Institute of Pharmacy Diploma. Yes student, as we have finished with the first part, today we are going to see with the second part of the hospital, that is what we are going to see in the hospital. We are going to see the learning objectives will be the organizations of the hospital, the principles of the organizations, and what are the typical hospital organizations does it mean? Then what are the managements of the hospitals? How it sees, there are some of the criteria which are done by the hospital people, such as good community oriented planning, good designs and constructions, and good administration. Further proceeding with the principles, it is based upon the following principles such as team approach. In team approach, every worker should work in hospital as himself or herself to a member of a professional team of medical and paramedical staff. Spectrum of the services. Hospital provides spectrum of services to public or society with a diagnosis, treatment, rehabilitations, detection, care, cure. Continuum. It provides treatment to the inpatient, outpatient, ambulatory patients and non-ambulatory patients. Evaluation and research. Services provided in this hospital must be rated in terms of their quality and availability. Authority and responsibility. Every worker in the hospital should be assigned with a proper authority and responsibility so that there should be coordination amongst all. Talent search. Always, hospital and organization contains competent, intelligent, medical and paramedical staff. Budgeting and finance. Every year, hospital must prepare a budget so that they should have their proper framework of the budgets. Next is GB. What is GB? Every hospital should have a GB, that is governing body, as a top management, so that it provides the policies and exercise and overall supervisions and control. Further, proceeding with the organizations and administration. Here we see the government or the corporation. Then we'll be having the governing council or board of trustees, superintendent or directors, and that is being divided into personal, executive committee of the staff, administrative assistants and public relations. They are further divided into associate directors of head clinical services, associate director of head specialist services, associate directors of head pharmacy services, associate director or head administrative services. All these services have their personal authority and responsibility to see the different departments which they have been assigned. You see, in the professional services, we having the ambulatory, administration, dialysis, dietary, employee, house staff, medical record, physiotherapy, social services, respiratory therapy. In professional services, we'll be having again other blood bank, data processing, communication, pharmacy, central sterile, radiology, radiation therapy, pathology, safety engineers, system engineering. And nursing, we'll be having the different department of nursing, but the nurse should be MSc nurse to see the services in the hospital. Associate director, which should have the specific qualification of MBA Administration and Finance, where he can see the accounting department about the credit collection, admission, granting and contracts, treasury offices, purchasing and store. In the director of development, we'll be having one public relation officer, which is one of the very important to play the role with the patients and with the GBs. Then we'll be having the volunteers, secretary of the corporations. Further, we'll be having the same with the small hospitals. You see, we'll be having the corporations, board of trustees, directors, which see at the different services which they have been provided according to the rules and regulations laid by the GB or corporation in the small and the large hospitals. Board of directors. Now, board of directors play a very important role, which is appointed by the GB. GB is the top management in the hospital. It is responsible for the functioning of the hospital, providing patient care, It is the highest decision-making body in the hospital. GB appoints its own chairman, vice chairman, treasurer, and member. Most important function is to appoint the administrator. First and the last, it executes committee, and it also forms the standing committees like executive committee. It sees the decisions to form and task committee. It also singularly in committees. Joint Conference Committee, it is the combinations of the representative of board and the clinical service administrators acting as the secretary. Professional Committee, it is formed by the selected board members. They work closely with the medical staff and the administrations. Finance Committee, this committee decides the financial issues that come up in the running of the hospitals. And PTC Committee is the decision related to the drugs and medicines. Now, GB looks after and how it has been appointed by other people. It is the legal authority about functioning of the hospital, and it is prepared by the trust, associations, and the society. What is the constitutions? It is having the medical, pharmacy, and the nursing. It copts some person which are very well versed in their specific field, example social workers and advocates. Functions, it appoints hospital administrator to establish objectives of hospitals, to answer about queries. It is responsible legal authority, therefore it should guide to staff of the hospital, but the requirement of the legal and the documented papers. Administrator is appointed by the GB. Administrator should be a specialist in the administration as an educator, a community advisor, and an organizer. Administrator is a link between the board and the clinical service in all other employers. The qualifications of the administrator must be MBA in hospital administration. What are its functions? Its functions is very important, such as attending the meeting of the GB. It implements the policy, procedures, and the guidelines. It sees the in charge of the patients and the discharge of the patients. It is linked between the GB, medical staff, and other employees. It sees the budget and training program for the nurses, auxiliary workers, and other people. Associated staff. We will be having the residential medical staff. We will be having the residential medical staff, associated medical staff, consulting medical staff, honorary medical staff. A residential medical staff is available on 24-hour services basis and is available round the clock to attend their patients. Associate staff are the practitioners appointed and assigned to the various services in the hospital. Consulting medical staff is a medical practitioners of recognized professional abilities. Honorary staff is a part-time medical staff that visit the hospital on the certain particular periods. Different departments in the hospitals. We see in the organization of the hospital chart, different departments like includes clinical services, pharmacy, nursing, general administration, and maintenance. Each department is having the HOD and they have their duties to be seen. As it runs its departments, being a member of the executive committee, the other committees in the department. The important and the foremost role is the caring for the patients, and if heading for the medical department, then we will be having the clinical services. Clinical services, here MD or MS is the chief of the department. Clinical services means the immediate services surrounding the patient. It covers the subdivisions such as medical records, surgical, obstetrical services, pharmacy, pathology, dental, medical records, pathological lab, dietary, and the outpatients. The details are as follows. We'll be having the general medical services, such as we can see here as surgery department, physical therapy, dietary department, radiology department, laboratory department, pharmacy department, hospital administration, emergency department, recovery unit, surgery nursing station, intensive care unit, medical nursing station, business office, and registrations. In surgical services, we see that it includes one super specialist surgeon in the chief office department. Professionally trained and experienced are appointed for the different complicated surgeries. One anesthetic is required. Qualified physicians serve as a first and the foremost for the assistance during surgery. Nurses and auxiliary workers serve as the second and the third assistants. The whole responsibility to prepare the OT before surgery is of the nurse and the chief of the department. There should be recovery room near the OT theaters. Inpatient flow surgery. You see, before the patient comes in for the surgery, they have to go to the certain parameters and get ready for the patient's surgery. Paramedical department. In paramedical department, you see there are the samples of the different things which are been there in the pathological lab for the proper investigations. As we see, there is urine analysis. We'll be having the chemical urine analysis such as undertaken to evaluate the level of the following components, and the abnormal things can lead to the diagnosis of the proper diseases. Then sample collection of the stool. In sample collection of the stool, we can see the different particular color of the stool leads to the abnormal conditions of the patients. Then we come to the blood routine test. As blood routine test also shows the particular significance and the parameters related to the blood abnormal conditions, and significance shows us what are the abnormal diseases the patient is related with. Administrative areas required. Administrative area requires waiting room, vein puncher cubicle, specimen in the ECG rooms, pathologist cabin, and sterilizing unit. This particular administrative area is very important when there is a withdrawal of the blood or any sample in the pathological lab. The unit is well equipped with autoclave, hot air oven, refrigerator, membrane filter unit. And further proceeding with the radiological department, it is the therapy and diagnostic arm of the hospital. The department can be handled by competent radiologists who have done MD radiology and are assisted by the number of technicians. The department consists of different advanced equipments like ultrasound, then we have mammography, bone densimeter, MRI, CT scan, and fluoroscopy. In the dental services, we will be having the department which is planned under the competent dentist who can be either BDS or MDS. And the dental services in the hospital includes dentistry for children, dental x-ray and hygiene, oral pathology, oral surgery, periodontics, restorative, dietary, and the cosmetic dentistry. So this is how we'll be having to study in the second part, that is organizations and principle of the hospital. Last part of health delivery systems and the management of the hospital will be studied in the part 3, introduction to hospital. Thank you for patience listening. Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you.